Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? So check this out, right? I have a word today, and hopefully, you know what I'm saying, y'all will hear this and it'll resonate with you. I was having a conversation yesterday, and the conversation was centered around goals. And this person was telling me all their goals, right? They were like, I got this goal, I got that goal, and you know what I'm saying, this, that, and other. And it hit me while I'm listening to the person tell me their goals. It hit me. And I asked a simple question. I said, that's cool, but where's God in that? And they was like, huh? I said, that's cool. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? I have goals. Everybody should have goals. But my question was, where is God in the goals? You see, God gives us all skills, talents, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. He gives us all that, right? And sometimes we look at, let's say, a superstar, a singer, right? And this singer, you have witnessed better singers that you know around you or in the church. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like they're a way better singer. Like, why are they not a star? And you know what I'm saying? Like why didn't they make it? Basketball. There's people, you can go to your local playground and you see dudes hooping. And you like, why are you not in the NBA? And if not the NBA, why are you not in the G League? Or why are you not overseas, right? Like, the talent is there. But let me tell you how we make these mistakes, and myself included, right? God provides you with the talent. He provides you with the skill. God wants you to thrive. The problem is when that talent and skill you put before God. That's when we have problems. When you put that talent and skill before God. You see, you are a good singer, you know what I'm saying? You went and got the record contract and you're happy and you know what I'm saying, this, that, and the other, right? But when you take that skill and you place it before God, what you're literally doing is you are creating a battle. You see, God wants to be number one in your life. So when you place something before him, then there's the battle. Yeah, you can go on, you can make all of this money and this, that, and the other, right? But you're not happy. Now you find yourself out here doing crazy stuff. You always in the news and, you know, and for us common folks, we sit here and we like, why they keep messing up? They got all of this talent. If it was me, that's what everybody, if it was me, oh, blah, 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 blah. But what you don't understand is we do it, just maybe not at that level. You have a job, right? You have a career. Your career is your life. You have made so many sacrifices to be where you are, and that is amazing. As long as if that career is not above God. You see, you pour your all into this career, and God wants us to be successful. I'm a firm believer that God he wants us all to be successful. But when you place that career before God, that career now becomes your source of power. That career now becomes that's your source that you have to tap into to feel amazing. You see, now God is way down here because now you got to work these long hours. You're trying to get these qualifications. You're trying to do everything that you know what I'm saying, have to do, because that career has now become your source of power, when God should always be your source of power. So now all your attention is going to the career. And when things happen in your career, now you're depressed. But when God is the source of your power, you still might get down, but you're never depressed. because that job is not providing you with that source of power. God is. That's why there's some people that you know that is catching hell on every turn. But when you see them, they always got a smile on their face. They are always, trying to impute in you a good word. They're always saying, I'm praying for you. And you sit back and you like, but I know what's going on with you. That's because the source has never changed. God is the source. It has never changed. And when God is your power, it don't matter what's going on around you. You can have a bad day. You can have a bad week. You can have a bad year. But when you are tapped into that source of power, it's not if, it's when God gonna turn it around. Because a lot of times people don't understand the lesson is in the storm. That's where the lesson is. So you are so focused on this career, you have lost a connection with God. And God don't want to be second. So the reason why you can't get what you want from this career, it's because that career is your power. When it should be reversed. God should be the source. God, I'm coming to you. It's the source. You never lose sight of the source because that's your power. And when you tapped in, then this works out all for the better. Let me tell you another place, and this is for me. I'm speaking to me right now. I am a people pleaser. I want to see my loved ones and the people that matter to me do amazing. And I myself, I'm just learning. I'm 45. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not young, but I'm not that old yet. But I learned myself. And what I'm learning is the moments that I felt not myself and I lost sight of myself was when my source of power was people pleasing. I wanted to please people because when I pleased people, it made me feel good. Somebody called me at 1 a.m. I'm getting up. I'm answering the phone. I don't care if I only had 3 hours of sleep. I know I'm getting up at, in the morning, but I answered the phone because it did something to me to make sure that they was good. And that is an amazing, characteristic to have, as long as that people pleasing is not your source of power. So for me, I lost myself. And let me tell you something, right? You don't know that you lost yourself until you need yourself. I know that sounds crazy, but you don't know, you don't know that you lost yourself until you need yourself. And you know when you need yourself? When ain't nobody else around. When what you are to people, people aren't to you. You can't depend on nobody. You trying to tell people how you feel and they don't care. That's when you need yourself. And when you have lost yourself because you have been people pleasing, everything goes downhill. But when you keep the main thing, and that's God, when the reserves is low, you tap in. It's kind of like your phone, right? People, I've witnessed people, my kids, they will keep that phone plugged in as a source of power. And I tell them, I say, hey, listen, this is going to sound crazy, but when you keep your phone on the charger and you're constantly playing, what you're doing is you're weakening the battery in the long run. You see, you're supposed to let your phone die and then charge, periodically, because when you keep it on the power and you're constantly using it, it weakens the battery. It weakens it. Right? And I tell them this and they're just like, huh? But I got it plugged up. Okay, you gonna see. You gonna see. And that's how life is for me. I give and I give and I give and I give. Now, when my source of power was the people pleasing, I felt like I was tapped in as long as it was going like I thought it would go. So that's like me being plugged into the charger. But what I wasn't realizing was that the longer that I stayed plugged into that, the weaker I was getting. And you don't know that you're weak until you got to unplug and you going somewhere. Then you get to where you're going and you look down and you're like, how's my phone on 30%? You see, you didn't know that that battery was weak because you had it plugged in. So I did not know that I was weak because I was so tapped into the people pleasing. And I was getting power from the people pleasing because I was doing so much to please them. Oh, but let me tell you how God works. When you place that above God, God will start doing stuff because God don't like to be second. So what started happening? The people that I went out of my way for start talking about me. The people that I went out of my way for, they didn't return the favor. And I don't need anything. I don't ask nobody for anything monetarily. The only thing that I expect from people sometimes is when I need to say how I feel, I just want you to hear me. I want you to be what I am to you. And when that doesn't happen, oh man, I found out that my battery was weak because now I'm like, well, who do I run to? Who do I run to? And let me tell you, the worst part of it is when you see those same people be what you are to them, to everybody else. So everybody else got this facade about, you know what I'm saying, that person, right? And they like, man, I could just call them. They doing this, that, and other. And you sitting up here like, what? Like, what? I do that for them and they're doing it for everybody else. And I can't get me back from you. But that's because your source of power was people pleasing. So what I have learned is I had to get things in order. I had to get things in order and I had to keep the main thing the main thing. And that's why a lot of people goals is just stuff written down on a piece of paper. That's all it is. It ain't gonna work. It's not gonna work if you use that goal as your source of power. Oh man, I want to make 300K this year. That's great. As long as you still tapped into God. But what happens is in order to get that 300K, now you got to work 70 hours a week. So that becomes your driving force. That becomes your charger. And guess what starts to dissipate? Your family life. You're not talking to your spouse. You're not talking to your kids. And when you do talk, it's all surface level. It's all surface level because you know why? That career, that work, that job, that profession has become your source of power. So when you go home, you unplug. And when you unplug and you at home, then you realize my battery's weak. So then you trick yourself and you tell yourself, I'm giving it all I got to give. I'm giving it all I got to give. You not spending time with your kids. You're not having, I'm talking about meaningful conversations. See, at work, you have meaningful conversations because that's your source of power. But you didn't gave all you can give. So now you come home and you just ain't got it. And you trick yourself to say, I'm doing it for my family. No, you're not. You're doing it all for yourself. And that's fine. As long as God stays number one. And when God gets jealous, that's why this doesn't work. That's why this starts to act up. Me, people pleasing. Let me tell y'all something. I have went through some of the worst times in my life. You know what I'm saying? Because this wasn't right. I just wanted to see everybody do better. I just wanted everybody to, you know what I'm saying? And when I didn't get me from them, everything got convoluted. See, I'm a firm believer that there will be times in your life that your 100% might be 60%. I'm okay with that because I can make the difference up as long as I know that you appreciate me doing the extra. That's it. Relationships. People say relationships is 50-50, and that is a great, connotation to have. But what happens is sometimes it's not. Because sometimes one person, all they got to give is 30. Right? But that 30 should still feel like 100. Because with your kids, if my kid's best was to be a C student, I'm talking about this is their best, I would be okay. Because that C, to me, they're giving 100% maximum effort. But if you come to me with a C and I know that you can get an A, then we have problems because you're not tapping in to your full potential. So therefore, I got to bridge the gap. I got to come up there to that school. We got to have hard conversations. I have to bridge the gap. And sometimes that's tiring because I work. I do a lot of things, right? And sometimes that's tiring, but I'm tapped into God. I'm tapped into God. So even when my battery's going this, that, and other, all I do is look up. Because my source of strength is God. I want to be the best person that I can be. And what that looks like to different people is different. Your best might be, I just want to make money. You see, my best is I want to leave an impact on this world. That's my best. My best is to be the best person that God wants me to be. That's worth more than anything in the world. But I can't be that if my source is something else. So I just wanted to make this video, man, because I'm telling you, this is powerful. This is powerful. You know what I'm saying? And I know, it certain people won't watch. And let me go back to when my source of power was people pleasing, it affected me. When I came on here and I did good word and this, that, and other, my source of power was people pleasing. But I've corrected that. My source of power is God. So when I come on here and I say something good, I walk away feeling good because I have done something pleasing to God. So in your everyday walk, when you got your goals, just look at your goals. Number one, I want to get X, Y, and Z. Okay, where's God in that? Number two, I want to make as much money. Okay, where's God in that? I want to be a better wife. I want to be a better husband. I want to be a better boy. Okay, where's God in that? And if you don't know the answers to that, then those goals is just stuff written down.
Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.